I will always fight for fair maps. I will not accept anything less. It's about doing the right thing, and it's as simple as that.
Today, Governor Tony Evers followed through on his promise to veto the legislative maps proposal that the Republican-controlled legislature passed last week.
The redistricting process is now likely in the hands of the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Political reporter Daryl Fair joins us live from the state capitol with what the governor says his reasoning was and how lawmakers are responding. Daryl.
That's right, Brennan and Sarah. Evers said his choice to veto the legislation was because he objected to maps designed to undemocratically favor politicians who draft them, going on to say Republicans' proposed maps prioritize protecting incumbents by helping their future campaigns and making them more convenient for them. Assembly Minority Leader Greta Neubauer emphasized that the legislature could still pass fair maps prior to that February 1st deadline for consultants the Supreme Court hired to submit their boundary line recommendations, and that Democrats were still open to having those conversations with their Republican colleagues. However, with this time frame, it's likely the authority to draw new maps is out of the hands of the state legislature for now. I spoke with Representative Lauren Oldenburg, one of the bill's authors. He's disappointed the legislature couldn't agree on proposed maps, arguing the GOP's bill would have remedied the court being responsible for completing the process. Oldenburg says the amendments to Evers' maps were made because several incumbent lawmakers were either drawn out of their districts or the proposed district itself split up in certain areas. Oldenburg says regardless of which maps are chosen, members of his caucus will likely run again in 2024.
We laid out some conditions that were necessary for our caucus to engage with our Republican colleagues in a maps conversation. We need those maps to be fair. We need the process to be transparent and there to be public input, among other things. That offer still stands, but thus far Republicans have not taken us up on that.
It's still uncertain whether the court will choose from the proposed maps submitted to them or rely on their two consultants. Those maps chosen are set to be implemented prior to the April primary election. Live from the Capitol, Daryl Fair, 27 News.
Daryl, thank you. The governor's veto comes one day after the GOP-controlled legislature and 5 members of Wisconsin's congressional delegation asked Justice Janet Protasewicz to recuse herself from a case over Wisconsin's congressional maps.
National Democrats have asked the court to redraw them, but the court has not said yet if it will take the case. The current maps were drawn by Governor Evers and approved by the state Supreme Court when it was still conservatively controlled.